there's literally like 500 plus people. Everybody's just standing there making so much noise, and I don't even know how to describe it.
One of the things I like most about soccer is and sports in general really, is even when you have success, there's always more to push on toward.
The 2021 Cinnaminson High School boys soccer season was unlike any other in many years. The team achieved many great things and showed their undeniable strength. With their winning Coaches Cup, becoming BCSL Patriot Division champions, and their 19-2-2 record for the season, the Pirates showed themselves as one of the strongest teams in New Jersey. During the preseason, the boys built the foundation for what will become a great season.
We were excited. Last year's team, unfortunately, ended early with a COVID season, and I knew these guys coming in had some a little more extra focus. They wanted to prove something based on what we were unable to do last year. So we were all excited. I was excited. Couldn't wait for the season to get going.
I think we felt confident. We knew that we had good players returning and a couple good players coming into the program. So I think we were confident in what we could do.
Going into the season, the team had high expectations for themselves. But what they would achieve would be greater than they expected.
I thought we were going to be good, not the way that we turned out to be, but
There's a lot of teams at the high level that have the quality and the talent that can be compared with other teams, but really it's the chemistry you have with your teammates and the brotherhood that really pushes a team to the next level. And I thought that was at a super high level for us, and that's why I thought we were going to be super competitive.
With a strong start to the season, the Pirates remain undefeated with wins over Holy Cross, Camden Catholic, Pennsauken, Northern Burlington, RV, Bordentown, and Morristown. They geared up to take on their biggest rival yet, Delran.
The rivalry is one of the, in my opinion, greatest soccer rivalries in South Jersey. So, we always have it in the back of our heads or in the front of our heads that, that game's going to happen at least once every year. But, the ultimate goal is to beat them. And that's always what we have in our minds going into a season, going into a game. And, we want to beat Delran.
I think at least 2 weeks before, nothing was on our mind other than just beating Delran. And you could tell with the games that we played before that we didn't play to where we should have because we were only focused on Delran.
The win against Delran brought more attention and pride to the team than they had experienced in years. To win against the rival team on their home turf meant the world to them.
For me, it was kind of like us making our mark on Cinnaminson soccer. Everyone knows when you're getting growing up in Cinnaminson and in Delran, you know how the rivalry's doing, who's winning it and who's not. I think for me it was that was our time where we were we're gonna take over this rivalry. We're gonna actually have an impact.
Just beating Delran, is something Cinnaminson hadn't done in I couldn't even tell you how long. So it meant so much to me. I can't really even describe it. It was great. It was a wonderful moment for the program. We all know Delran's a great soccer program, and but we like to consider ourselves a great program as well. So, for the guys to work so hard since August, and to have the season that they had, and then to beat Delran on our home field in front of their fans, in front of our fans, was a great day for the program.
The Pirates rode a wave of momentum with wins over Bordentown, Burlington, and Pemberton, and a tough tie against West Deptford leading into the final game of the season.
No. Come on, right? Come over here, man.
With a loss against Delsey in the final game of the season, their undefeated streak came to an end.
It was a tough loss for us to take because, undefeated was certainly in the realm if we got past that game. It was just one of those games where things don't really go your way. The opponents score a really good goal. You can't quite get the equalizer.
It wasn't we have to stay undefeated. It was kind of one of those things where we go undefeated, it's kind of cool, but I think it was a learning point for us in the season. That was our last game. If we didn't lose, we would have had to go undefeated the entire way to go to state. So a loss kind of helped us in that way.
With the regular season behind them, the team moved on to the Coaches Cup, a tournament with the best 16 teams in South Jersey.
Oh! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
But it was a great week. It was a wonderful week. I give the team a ton of credit. There was maybe one or two times in that tournament where I thought, it wasn't going to end well for us, but they fought through adversity and they manned up, teamed up, and got some big goals that put us through to the next round, and eventually, got us big goals that made us, Coaches Cup champions. But every game, we couldn't take anything lightly because in the Coaches Cup, it's the best teams in South Jersey. That's what it's all about. And every team you play is going to be put up a fight, and it's going to be like a big competition every time you play someone. Like our perseverance through that was just uncanny the way it came about. And it's an historic championship for Cinnaminson, and it's something I'm extremely proud to be a part of.
And then the biggest test of our season, I think, even more than Delran, they were a better team than Delran in my opinion. Kingsway. They were a really good team and went through adversity for the second time this season. The first time we went through it was Delsey and we lost. And it was the second time we went down, 1-0 at halftime, came back and we won. First time in 40 years.
Pulling off a stunning win in the Coaches Cup, the team became the first Cinnaminson team to do so since 1979. They went into the playoffs with a lot of momentum and a lot of weight on their shoulders.
Heading into the playoffs, we were coming off a super emotional time, and we had to really settle ourselves down and very intensely calm ourselves to be able to go out again after such a big game and perform better.
I mean, it's just, it's an old coaching mantra, but it's just win and move on. And that's what our plan was as far as a coaching plan and our team as far as winning. You can't worry about anything other than the game in front of you. And then, you can't worry about home field or away games. You just got to kind of reset yourself every game. We're not looking 3 weeks ahead. It's win or go home. And so we had just, laser-like focus on just the team that we were playing that day or, the next game. And then readjust and reset for the next schedule of the playoff game.
With the first few rounds behind them, the team was set to face off against Delran for the second time of the season.
We already knew, going into that game that, South Jersey's a tough path to the States because you have to go through Delran. For the past, I think they've won the South Jersey region 6 or 7 years in a row. So they've been very dominant, and they've done well in states, reaching the state finals multiple times. So having a team like that, coming out of here, you're gonna have to play that tough game.
We beat them before we could do it again. Was kind of our mindset. But obviously, it's in a different place, and we're at Delran's field at the Den. And going to the Den in a win or go home situation, it's not ideal, but it was what we were faced with, and we were ready for it 100%.
The unfortunate loss against Delran ended the boys' amazing season.
Delran played a good game that day. We played hard, we played tough, probably didn't play our best game. And unfortunately, you've got to be pretty close to the top of your best to beat a team like Delran.
You go into a game that's so competitive and the stakes are so high, and it doesn't go your way, and there's not much you can do about it, really.
Yeah, we just knew that we had to go out and win. Every player on the team had to do their part individually, and that if we went out there and played our hardest and played our best and just done what we've done all season, we would have got the job done, but didn't quite end up the way we wanted it to.
You can prep for their striker that scored 30 goals in the season. You can prep for their playing crosses in early and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have to go out there and just be the better team.
The Cinnaminson boys soccer team had an amazing 2021 season. They They played as one of the best teams in New Jersey and accomplished many things that may not be repeated by a Cinnaminson soccer team for years to come. Through teamwork and determination, the boys did something incredible.
Win. We knew how to win.
I kind of felt like the program was almost like revitalized. Like we had people coming out to the games and excited about what we were doing.
The buy-in that the student body had, the parents, the community, it was a lot. I mean, we had, games of 200, 300, 400 people just watching us. I had people kind of messaging me and talking to me and, catching me in ShopRite saying, hey man, great game. And I know a lot of the kids had that same experience as well.
All like the articles and stuff that people were posting about us. Not about us actually. They were posting them about Delran, Shawnee, everybody else but us. I think we just thought that we had something to prove.
The successes we had, like winning Coach's Cup for the first time in 50 years and winning our conference and only having one loss in the season. And also like just the fun you have with the team and like building that bond. So overall, just describe it as a fun year.
And if there's anything I'm going to remember when I look back at that Coach's Cup title in 2021, it's going to be the teammates I had and the brotherhood I created.